Hey, what is up guys? My name is Griefdrums and today we're doing a video that's a little bit different. Cut a long story short, I hit 10,000 subs a couple of weeks ago and I've been meaning to put together something to sort of honour that, something to, say thank you for doing that. During a stream that I did, someone suggested I do a Q&A so people could get to know who they're watching a little bit better. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I've been meaning to do this for a couple of weeks now, but I'm suddenly at 12,000 subs and I still haven't done it. I can't believe how quickly we've managed to jump up. So here it is. I've stopped messing around. I've sort of pulled my finger out and I'm getting on with it. First up is from Dawson Kerr. What is your real name? My real name is Ash. Despite what Rogue 8 said about my friends just calling me badass, they really don't. They've got a lot of other adjectives they'd rather use. But yeah, my real name is Ash. Okay, so next up is Sammy2255. Where do you see your channel going in the future and will you play with fans? You know what? I started this out as a hobby. I've got a full-time job. I've got a family. I've got a son. I never expected it to get this far. I just thought it would be something fun to do. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to take it full-time. What I wouldn't give to be able to do this full-time. It would be such an incredible opportunity. I mean, the sheer number of people that come to the channel and offer such incredible support, it's like I've got a second job anyway. So I'd love to see this channel explode into a full-time job. That would be absolutely incredible. Will you play with fans in the future? That kind of ties into another question I got from someone called Miles. Will you consider doing a weekly or even monthly playing with subs? The difficulty I have with playing with subs is twofold really. Firstly, I've already got a full squad for Rainbow Six, so I'm kind of busy with them most nights. I get about 2, maybe 3 hours a night, if that, to play the game. And all my footage I have to get from that little window of opportunity. So it's very, very difficult to then get other people involved in that and put my own squad out, if you know what I mean. You know, I don't want them sitting on the sidelines because I'm playing with random people. The other difficulty I have is that we got DDoS attacked a while back. We invited someone to the party and they turned all of our internets off. And so because of that, I'm very untrusting of other people and who to invite to our party. We very often get invites from people and I just don't accept them. I don't want to put myself at that risk. So for the foreseeable future, the answer is kind of no, but it's not something that I would rule out 100%. Okay, Rogue 8, what are some of your hobbies aside from Rainbow Six? Well, as my name suggests, I'm a drummer. Big into drumming. I've worked with touring bands. I've done a lot of tours and ended up with a lot of stupid tattoos from tours. But yeah, drumming's the main hobby. Other than that, I used to play a lot of basketball, but I don't so much anymore. It's just a lack of time. So the majority of my time is spent either playing on Rainbow Six or on other video games, trying to get YouTube footage, or alternatively just spending it with my family or at work, which is kind of sucky, but that's the reality of it. What was the first video game you ever played, cool as a moose? It's got to be Sonic the Hedgehog. Has to be Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I was about 3 years old and my parents came home with a Sega Mega Drive and I vividly remember playing it. I've actually still got the same Sega Mega Drive in this room. I've got it down there next to a Nintendo, an Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Xbox One. I want to get a PlayStation 4 as well. But yeah, it's got to be that. It's got to be Sonic the Hedgehog. Obviously, I played loads of other games when I was younger as well. We did Duck Hunt and stuff on Mario and all that kind of crap on Nintendo. And then I started moving on into the PlayStation era. I think the first game that properly got me into gaming, though, that really sort of sealed the deal for me, I think it's probably Metal Gear. I think it's going to be Metal Gear. That, for me, was just incredible. That and Siphon Filter, a game called Siphon Filter. Oh, God, I remember spending a whole summer playing Siphon Filter. We basically, you know how Blockbuster used to be? You used to be able to rent movies. That's probably like too old for some of you. But you used to be able to rent movies. You could also rent video games just to sort of test them out, see if you like them. And if you did, you could then go and buy them. My cousin and I, when we were about 13, we rented Siphon Filter for 6 weeks of a summer holiday, like while we're off school. £2.50 a day. We could have bought the game like 6 times over. It was ridiculous. So my grandparents, whose house we were staying at, were not too happy when they finally got the bill for that and we had to return the game. We didn't even get to keep it. That's ridiculous. I'm So Gaming, my boy I'm So Gaming is a legend. What's your favourite food? Pizza. No question. Well, no. Oh, there is a question. It's either pizza or pancakes. I love pancakes. But I think pizza's going to win. I'm a really, really fussy eater. Like the world's worst eater. I just live on junk food. I don't eat fruit. I don't eat veg. It's terrible, I know. I love pizza. I love junk. I love burgers. I'm terrible. But yeah, pizza for me. Preferably with a cheesy stuffed crust. Ethan Harvey, do you have any ideas for future operators on Rainbow Six? You know what? For me, Rainbow Six has gone too futuristic now. I'm not overly keen on the sort of jackal thing where you can scan footprints and then see where people are and like the other side of the map, figure out who it is, and show the rest of your team who it is. I don't really get that. It's moving too high tech and too futuristic. What I'd like to see is I'd like to see Rainbow Six return to its core. It's a realistic shooter, or at least it's supposed to be. I'd like to see things like tear gas grenade launchers, you know, something like a big 6-barrel tear gas grenade launcher that you can fire all these things into the room and don a smoke or a gas mask and be able to push into that room while people are disoriented. I think something like that will be interesting. Corner shot is something the Israelis use. It's like a pistol that you can literally, it's on a rifle and you can break the rifle so it peers around a corner. Why not have stuff like that? That's realistic. It's stuff that is actually utilised in actual warfare in this kind of environment, this kind of situation. There'd be difficulty balancing it. If you give that person 3 bullets, they're not going to be running around going into every single corner and firing blindly. However, 3 bullets around a corner that they can see around that the defenders can't, that's pretty powerful. That can be a pretty useful tool in your arsenal. That's the way I would go with things. I would move away from this futuristic sort of thing that they're trying to do. And I don't think they need that many operators. I don't think it's the operators that keep the game from getting stale. I think it's the maps, I think it's the strats, and I think it's the fact that every game mode is different. Okay, Jackie Jack 22. Top 5 video games you've played. Wow. That is a seriously tough question. Top 5 video games. Fuck. Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear's got to be up there. I mean, you've got things like Rainbow Six. I love things like Red Dead, GTA, Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare. When that first came out, that was insanely cool. I mean, what a game. It revolutionised first-person shooters. Like GoldenEye. When that first came out on the N64, GoldenEye was the prototype for what first-person shooters are now. You know, how can you not have a game like that in your top 5? For me, though, I love things like DayZ, Stranded Deep, all sorts of real-life survival. I know DayZ's not real-life survival, there's zombies, but the kind of thing where you have to worry about food, water, heat, I think those elements really bring a game to life. It's something I would like to see in Ghost Recon, in all honesty. I think by adding the need to go and eat and sleep and stuff like that, it creates more realism in the game and it makes it more immersive. Stranded Deep is a game, it's like a castaway simulator with like Tom Hanks. You are pretty much just trapped on a desert island with a life raft, an oar, a pocket knife, and a water bottle. I think that's it. Oh, I think you got a torch as well. But you pretty much just have to try and survive on this island. You have to chop down trees, kind of like Minecraft sort of thing, where you chop stuff down and you build stuff. But you can go from island to island, and the world is procedurally generated, so it just carries on going and going and going. But you jump from each island to island. There's like Wilson, the footballer's on there. You can find all sorts of stuff like axes. There's loads of shipwrecks under the water that you can dive down and try and find stuff on. And when you do that, you've obviously got to be careful of sharks. So if you get bitten, you then have to try and find a way to bandage yourself. That game is so simple and yet so effective. I have lost hours and hours of my life on that. I used to stream it on Twitch a while back, and it was just such an entertaining game. But then you look at things like Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider. That was an awesome game. You know what? I wouldn't be able to choose. I would not be able to choose my top 5 games. That's just too fucking difficult. What's your real job? I'm in the military. I work full time in the military. So if I go away in the future for a long period of time, maybe 3 or 4 months, and I'm not posting anything, that's why. It's one of those things, it's something that's out of my control. I can't handle it. I can't choose when I go away. But it's something that may be happening. So please bear with me if that does happen. Okay, so the last question we got was from loads of people. I cannot believe how many people actually cared about this question. I got it on Twitter from like 6 people. I got it on YouTube from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. It's mental. How many tattoos do you have? Too many to count. I've obviously got my full sleeve on this arm. I've got my wife tattooed. I've got a drum on this arm. You won't be able to see it. I've got my dog at the top of here. All of my torso is done. All of my torso, my legs, calves, shins, toes. I've got a lot. Probably too many to count. I mean, the difficulty is like, although these are individual ones, they turn into one tattoo. So it's not really individual. But if you look at it this way, my chest tattoo was for my honeymoon. My wife and I both got a chest tattoo. And I sat about 18 hours in total for this to be done. So that's literally just the top of my chest, 18 hours. So, you know, you do the math on the rest of it. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of money on this. They're important to me. They mark different times. They mark different occasions and different things that I want to remember in the future. A perfect example, you know, I've got the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold, the drummer, was a huge, huge inspiration to me drumming. So when he died, I got Avenged Sevenfold for Reva, so the Rev thing. If you're into that sort of music, you'll get it. But yeah, I get things like that to mark individual occasions and things that have happened. Another example is on the side of my foot. I've got "Party Till You Pass Out, Drink Till You're Dead," which is Bring Me the Horizon lyrics. But we got it on a tour in which I literally drank for like 2 weeks straight. The only thing I had that wasn't alcoholic was the mixer in my alcoholic drinks. It was ridiculous. I was green by the end of that tour. And I don't recommend anyone does that. But it was just such a good time and such a fun time that we had that I wanted to mark it so I remember it. And I'll always remember where we were when I got that. So for me, that's what tattoos are about. So I know I haven't answered your question, how many tattoos do you have, with a specific number, but a lot. And I'm going to be getting a lot more. The only thing that I will say is if you are going to get a tattoo, think about it. Don't just get something to impress other people. Get it for yourself. Get it for you. Do your research on where you're going and be careful where you get it done. I would never get below my wrists or above my neck, just because if I go to a wedding, I want to look smart, but also because of my job in the military, it won't allow me to do that. But that's not the main reason. So just think about what you're doing, you know? Okay, so that's it. That's all we got time for today. But thank you so much for all the support I've been getting. I know this is a 10,000 sub video, but I'm on 12,000 subs. 12 fucking thousand people that have actually said, you know what, I'll subscribe to his channel. That's mental to me. I cannot get my head around that at all. So thank you so much. Onwards and upwards to the next big milestone. I think, you know, sort of 20,000 or 25,000. Let's say 25,000 by Christmas. That's a good goal to aim for. It's a high goal. I don't think I'll be able to get there easily. But I think 25,000 by Christmas time is going to be a good shout. Let's try and push on towards that. Again, thank you for your support. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of the Grief Nation. Until next time, guys, stay reckless and relentless.